Right. So, you know, the political situation in the UK is up in the air.
Yeah,
Conservatives going to reform and Labour people wanting to oust the present Prime Minister. And
yeah, yeah, yeah,
there's rumoured that Labour's going to go to reform and the inflation is going up and the
yeah,
jobs numbers are going down.
yeah.
Got to be a
Hopefully.
time, when you think,
Yeah.
sod this for a lark, stop the world, I want to get off.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Right. So let me tell you, when I was in my late teens, I
Mm.
used to be a bit of an adventurer, or at least I thought I was. I'm sure that others the same age as me did something which would have left me behind when it come to the adventure stakes.
Okay.
But within my peer group and within
Mm.
my family, I was deemed to be this sort of adventurer.
Yeah.
So I used to hitchhike everywhere.
Mm.
And if I was invited to a party, let's say in the Northeast, like
Mm.
in Newcastle, which I was invited to,
Yeah.
I would hitchhike there.
Mm.
Never sure if I would make it in, if I would make it there in time for the pub. I'd
Yeah,
hitchhike it then.
yeah,
Or whenever our traditional dance group, I used to be a traditional dance group member,
yeah, yeah.
would go to a distant place. I used to hitchhike, sometimes having to rough it overnight
Mm.
when the lifts weren't forthcoming, but
Mm.
eventually I got there.
Yeah.
I once hitchhiked to Spain in 24 hours from the UK, and when I crossed the border south of Andorra,
Mm.
entering into Spain, I just touched the ground, said, "Right, back home, let's go."
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Just to do it,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
see if it was done. These days, hitchhiking isn't indicated, although across here I do give lifts, and I know I shouldn't because it is a bit more dangerous in this neck of the woods.
Yes. Yeah.
But I do. It's part of what I do. It's in my makeup. I've always asked for lifts, and I've always been given lifts.
Yeah, yeah. You make a calculated risk. Yeah.
So, but being a good way to travel or not,
Mm.
it seems that formal travel these days is so inexpensive that it isn't worth your while
Mm.
wasting your time waiting on the side of the road for
Mm.
some like-minded person to stop and help you on your way.
Yeah.
So when I visited my sister in the UK around 10, 12 years ago, I was put onto Megabus, a
Yeah.
company called Megabus,
Yeah.
where if you planned it out, you could
Mm.
travel from Sheffield to London for £1.
Mm. Yeah.
£1. £1.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
So if ever I felt like popping down to London for the day, if I worked it out, I could have the transport for the day out for just £2.
Mm.
£1 going, £1 coming back.
Mm.
Then, of course, there was Ryanair, and when they started off with their £1 flights, remember them?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
They started off. Now, I admit I didn't take Mr. O'Leary up on his offer, but it was good to know anyway.
Mm.
And nowadays, the prices are a little higher, but not by that much.
No. No.
Here in Brazil, everybody's talking about the carnival already.
Yeah. Mm.
It's a fortnight or so away. Now, there aren't any cheap flights from the UK to Brazil. Well, not that cheap anyway.
No. No.
But if you are single and like a lot of noisy music almost 24 hours a day, and you live in the northwest of the UK, like in Manchester,
Yeah.
you might like to put a small pack on your back and think about spending a week in Spain
Mm.
for around £60. That's including the flights.
Yeah.
Huh? Not wanting to sound like a travel agent here,
Yeah.
you
No.
know,
Okay.
I'm not.
Got
But
a good deal. Yeah.
but but Ryanair is flogging a £15 each way ticket to Tenerife,
Mm.
where from the 13th till I think it's the 22nd of February, they'll be having their carnival.
Mm.
How much you spend when you're there is up to you.
Mm.
If I was a bit younger and single, my adventurous spirit would kick in and I would do stealth camping.
Mm.
Stealth camping is where you hide in the
Yeah.
urban districts.
Yes.
It's rough in it, but urban in the urban areas, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
and you do your washing, you wash yourself
Yeah.
in the water fountains
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
which have dotted around in Spain.
Yeah.
It's only for a week,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Uh, Cheap food if you eat where the locals eat, a
Yeah.
little off the big touristy track,
Yeah.
and the beer is only around £1.30 a pint.
Hmm.
So imagine the price in the supermarket. They'll be,
Yeah.
it'll be cheaper than Coca-Cola,
Hmm.
right? But a week's splurge and living really as cheaply as you can, just for the crack of it, I reckon would be an excellent idea for that person who needs to get away from the drab city in the UK
Hmm.
and at least be somewhere where it won't break the bank and still be home for tea.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
What a pity we didn't have such cheap travel options when I was a kid, because I would have been even more absent from home than I
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
So there you go. That there are offers being
Yeah.
made by companies
Yeah.
where it's cheaper to travel than what it is to stay at home.
Hmm.
I mean, if you're talking about 30 quid return fare from Manchester Ringway
Yeah.
to Tenerife, you could pay 30 quid for a taxi fare from your pub going back home at night.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
when I was at my sister's,
Hmm.
it was cheaper to go from Sheffield to Barnsley to London
Yeah.
than what it was from where my sister lives to go into the centre of Barnsley.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
hey,
know. I,
you know,
yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't know what's anchoring people down.
Well, I mean, when I was last in the UK, I was working in the north of England, and I was traveling by using Megabus when I occasionally decided to go when I went back to my home base or where my parents happened to be. Yeah, I was using Megabus for that, or Megabus and train. Yeah, transport. Yeah, it's cheaper to use the Megabus. Yeah, got the Megabus to London, and that yeah, so the train fare from London to which wasn't far was the expensive part of the journey. Yeah,
Yep,
probably
that's right.
getting across. Probably no, actually getting across London was the expensive part as well. Um, yeah, it is a yeah, you can budget it. I mean, if you do some planning and everything else, yes. I mean, even when I was a little bit younger, the the deals were just coming in with Lake Air, etc., etc. Um, yeah,
Freddie Lake, and he did 50 quid from London to New York, but he
yeah,
did go bust. He
yeah.
did go
I was going to say, yeah. But
bust.
unfortunately, he was probably the first and paid the price.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, it probably was a shock to some people. I mean, you had, yeah. I mean, we've all been on aircraft that have been where you may have been one of only three people traveling on it, or yeah, that's the way that the price of tickets work on the aircraft. Um, I mean, yeah, with Megabus I found as excellent service. We've got an equivalent here now in Brazil, which is an app-based bus.
Flixbus or
Clicks,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Which I've looked at a few times. If I fancy just not traveling by myself, I mean, I have to take my wife with me as well if I go. But I don't know. She likes the backpacking lifestyle. She doesn't really take to it as well as I do. Um, yeah, I don't need to wash my hair every twice a day or something. Yeah, it's a yeah. I haven't bothered this morning actually. Anyway, but yeah, it's all a yeah. I mean, I have travelled. I did Bolivia, Peru, backpacking, which was quite brave of me. I felt, I didn't have any itinerary or plan because people, oh, you need an itinerary and all that. I did it Australia. Obviously, Australia's quite easy. It was all geared up to it. Certainly when I was there, it was a lot cheaper to do it when I was there as well. Although I was there at the time of the Olympics and the prices went up, so I ran out of Sydney just before the Olympics showed up in town. Um, Staying at youth hostels. I've joined the Youth Hostel Association, so yeah, could arrange and just almost walk in off the street. Hey, I've got my card. There you go. And end up talking to 60-year-old men in there who are also members of the youth hostel. But they're
Right.
interesting, people like yourself who possibly were either widowed or um, divorced or something. Yeah, I decided to to have a midlife crisis a bit later.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not so much a midlife crisis, Mark. It's more of
Yeah.
a
I'm
there's
gonna do it.
nothing there's nothing there's no more routes.
Yeah.
There are no more routes, and so you're free to
Yeah.
drift around.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it doesn't make a dent in in your pocket or in your wallet.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it. Yeah. Um, yeah, but it was an experience. Um, and then possibly led to me now in my life here that I ended up in certain elements because I traveled, met certain people, and ended up meeting my wife, and hey, left my own country. Every day is an adventure still sometimes in a when you live in a country that isn't your own. um yeah, a new experience we were just talking about off just off air. um but yeah, it's sometimes good to do this, and you appreciate things, what you do have and what you don't have, and sometimes you prove what you don't need as much as you've got.
right.
Okay, I've got all this stuff behind me. I love my books and everything. Um, the one thing I don't miss sometimes is being online. Yeah, hearing like you said, hearing the problems of the world. What
Right.
what do we do? I wonder what's happening in the UK. We go and look on an app.
Being surrounded
Yeah,
by problems.
yeah,
I imagine the average Joe in the UK, your old Fred Bloggs,
yeah.
is surrounded by problem. As he also and also the bad weather doesn't help any.
No, no, that's it. Yeah, I mean,
You
yeah,
know, I mean, it's just drab, and you feel. I used to feel confined
yes,
on a cold, rainy day. I used to
yeah,
feel confined that
yeah,
that I.
yeah, yeah.
What's that song by Queen? I want to break free,
Free. Yes, yeah, yeah,
but not for any other reason, but to
yeah.
break out of the social mold.
Well, I often think this is why a lot of us, yeah, I changed the subject slightly. Okay, a lot of gringos that have moved here have done some traveling in their life at some point and totally
Yeah,
loved it. To the point, and I'd say we're all reasonably, the ones I've met have always been reasonably intelligent. Um, and like you say, we just got fed up with the confines of what's going on, and a lot of us left just as the UK was twisting a bit. You left before.
yeah.
Um, yes, it's when Brazilians say, "What do you miss about the UK?" Most things before 1995. What do you miss about? I went back a few years ago and realised I didn't really miss it. The only things I was doing was visiting historical places. Yeah, we're talking 1,000-year-old, 800-year-old, even younger, 300-year-old places. I just I couldn't relate to anything there anymore, um, which was strange. And then I
Well,
realized, yeah,
yeah,
realized that,
I
yeah,
was just
yeah,
going to say, sorry,
yeah,
I'm not proposing that anybody
no,
migrates.
no, no, no,
What I'm
that's not
saying,
good.
what I
Yeah,
was saying at the beginning is that now there are
yeah,
things that there are journeys that you can make that are
yeah,
so cheap that
yeah,
it literally is. Even dare I say this, even if you're on universal credit,
yeah,
you can you can have a couple of days out and don't
yeah.
tell the social,
Well,
right?
yeah, I mean,
And it'll
yeah,
be cheaper than if you stayed at home.
yeah, I
With your
mean,
electricity bills and your gas bills, sorry about this, with the electricity
yeah,
and gas, if
no,
you're
it's,
not there, you're not
yeah,
using your energy.
yeah,
And there is it's a huge, would make a huge difference.
yeah, yeah. Universal credit to live to go to Spain every so often, but yeah, um,
30
yeah,
quid, man.
yeah. I mean,
Come
and okay, you got perfect weather in Spain. It's a lot warmer than the UK is because obviously the UK is a temperate climate,
on.
surrounded by water and climatic things. But
Uh,
it's a but it's always to experience different things as well. Like if you go there for the carnival, it's something we don't really have in the UK.
in
Um,
Britain.
well, Britain, yeah, Britain totally.
Brixton.
Brixton. Oh yeah, Brixton is a Caribbean type carnival. Probably the last 30 years really it's come into its own. I'm not so good knocking it. I've been there twice, three times. It's an excellent experience. It's a cultural experience. Yeah, for all the right reasons, I may add. If you go there on Children's Day, it's normally okay. If you go there other days, it can get a little bit dicey. Um, but yeah, it's an experience. But that's the only real one. I mean, a lot of local carnivals around the UK don't happen anymore for various different reasons. And I took my wife to one. I said, "Oh, we in the town I grew up in, the seaside town I grew up in." I said to my wife, "I'll take you to a carnival." And she's Brazilian. And taking a Brazilian to a British carnival, it's like she asked me who died, and she was trying to get the people participating to get excited. Yeah,
It's like saying I'll take you to a fireworks display and you light up and sparkler.
yeah, that's really it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Carnival here is quite spectacular. Where we live is we got Olinda, which is probably we got Madrugada, which is the biggest carnival in the world, 2 million people. Um, my wife knows the one of the organisers there. Um, Another one is like the Olinda Carnival, which is a street carnival, and where they walk around. I mean, if you want to look at all these online, they're worth having a look at just to see. Um, Yeah, I mean, you see so many people huddled together. I'm not quite sure it necessarily worked that well in in England. If you like your meter space around you, forget that. But yeah, it this experience of seeing it, you can actually,
Yeah, the Tenerife Carnival.
yeah,
I mean, I've never seen it,
mm,
but I know that the council
mm,
or the government are supporting it, so
yeah,
it should be quite a decent crack.
yeah,
Just for the change of scenery.
yeah, yeah, um,
At the price of traveling, it's a change of scenery.
yeah. I mean, that's it. It's a different experience sometimes, and travel does that. I never understand people who just go to Spain to lie on a beach for 2 weeks during the British summer because you could do that in the UK. And I come from a seaside place, so I often think that even if we go to a different beach in Brazil, what difference is this to me? For me, yeah, just drinking beer on a different piece of
Perhaps you'd
sand.
go to Spain to lie on the beach for 2 weeks so you can find somebody who speaks English.
Yes, I know, yeah, but it's sorry, that's killed me. Yeah. Uh, oh. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I married a foreign person like you did, so I have to be careful there. But and my Portuguese isn't very good. But yeah, mind you, I'm able to find people that can speak English here, even in the
A
supermarket.
lot of
So
people do. A lot of people do.
yeah, yeah. It's a franca lingua.
And they
Um,
they 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 they, they are enthusiastic
yeah.
because they don't have. It's not every day they have chance to practice their English on an English person.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know. You walk into a supermarket, they know me there, and yeah, get some people who I swear they're practicing on the hope I go in there one day
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
learning the goods. Yeah, yeah,
Mark,
um,
my local gym, when I go in the morning, there are
yeah,
people that say to me good morning in English,
yeah,
and they've only learnt that phrase at school.
yeah.
But,
Well,
but for them,
yeah,
wow, you know.
yeah. I mean, yeah, my wife was moans about me because I said, well, wherever I go, somebody wants to speak English to me. Never, never me speak Portuguese. Um, Never me speak Portuguese, but yeah, that's how. Yeah, but it is an experience, and yeah, it's worth considering. Um, yeah, almost yeah, like you say, go there for a week. You can even try if you go the youth hostel route. Yeah, youth hostels or anything. I mean, like you say, you could yeah, do the
I,
urban.
I do my stealth camping.
Yeah,
I used to enjoy that. I used to enjoy that when I was a
certainly
kid.
different. Yeah,
When I was a kid, it's not
yeah,
something I'd do these days. I'm
yeah.
I'm 60 years old now.